Okay, today we are on lesson 2.3, which is all about division with two-digit divisors. Yesterday we talked about how to divide using one-digit divisors, right, with the steps dad, mom, sister, brother, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Today we're going to use those same steps, but we're working with two-digit divisors, okay? And actually today we're not even going to, I take that back, because we're not even going to be using the dad, mom, sister, brother yet. We are going to be using models. We're going to use base 10 blocks and also drawings to help us figure out how to divide using two-digit divisors, okay? So our learning goal today, again, is to be able to model division. Model means use a picture or use manipulative items like this to represent division with two-digit divisors, okay? And we are going to use base 10 blocks. So we did some of the day, and here is our question that we're going to start thinking about first. It says, there are 156 students in the Carville Middle School chorus. The music director wants the students to stand with 12 students in each row for the next concert. Okay, so they're going to take all the students and put them in rows, right? So they look nice and neat for the concert. How many rows will there be? Okay, what's the question asking, first of all? What is the question asking? Siddharth?
It's asking how many rows will be there.
How many rows will there be in the concert? Very good. What is the important information we need to know? We know that the question's asking how many rows will there be. What important information do we need to solve this problem? Neha? There's 156 students in all, and?
That the director wants 12 students.
And there needs to be 12 students in each row. Okay, do we use addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division to solve this problem? Adam? Division. And of course, now I'm going to ask you, is this a sharing division problem or a grouping division problem? So this is a grouping problem because as Karan just said, we know exactly how many students are in each group, right? How many students are in each group? How many students are in each group? 12. What does the problem ask us to figure out? It asks us to figure out how many groups of 12 there needs to be for this concert, okay? So what equation can we use to solve this problem? Ariel? 156 divided by 12. We know our dividend and we know our divisor. What we need to find, of course, is our quotient. Another way to write this problem, of course, is 156 is the dividend in the house, right? Divided by the divisor knocking on the door. And of course, the quotient we're trying to find lives on top of the house, okay? In order to show 156, we can draw 100s flat. How many tens rods do I need? Siddharth?
You need
5 tens rods, 2, 3. I'm going to draw 2 of them down here. Right? Do I have 5 tens rods right now?
Yes.
And then how many units do I need to draw? And how many units do you need to draw in your notebook as you take notes about this? Yarden? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In red now, have I represented the number 156? Using base 10 blocks? Good. Did I arrange them into rows of 12 also? In my drawing?
Yes.
Right? And so if I put them all into rows of 12, how many rows of 12 did we have in this section of it? How many rows of 12 are in this section right here in blue? How many rows of 12 do I have there? 10. How many rows of 12 do I have over here? 3. So if I have 10 rows of 12 plus 3 rows of 12, how many rows of 12 altogether did we figure out there would be? 13 rows of students. Very good. When we divided the 12 rows into 10 rows of 12 plus 3 rows of 12, those are called partial quotients because each part, the 10 part and the 3 part, are part of the whole quotient. Okay, so that's called partial quotients. Go ahead and circle that in your notebook, the 2 parts, and label it as partial quotients because we're going to use the partial quotients a lot this year to help us divide. So I want to make sure you have this picture in your notebook where part of the quotient, the 10 rows of 12 is circled, and the 3 rows of 12. The 2 parts of the quotient are divided into partial quotients. So sometimes you might need to regroup the base 10 blocks in order to find the partial quotients. Let's try this again. Do you guys think we can try it just by using pictures and not by using the actual blocks? Yeah. Let's see what we can do, okay? So here's the problem. 180 divided by, not by 5, but by 15. Okay, 180 divided by 15. Thank you to those of you who are taking good notes and taking responsibility for your learning by writing this problem into your notebook. Those of you who aren't, please take responsibility for your learning and write this down. 180 divided by 15. How can we model the dividend using base 10 blocks? What do we need to draw to model the 180, the dividend, using base 10 blocks? Liam?
1 square.
1 flat. That represents how many? 100. And what else do we need?
8 rods.
8 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does this represent 180?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can arrange them into rows of... Do we still need rows of 12 this time?
No.
We need rows of what?
15.
15. Okay. So if I have a rod right here, or sorry, a flat right here, how many do I have so far? How many do I have right here? The red part.
110.
I have 10, right? I have 10 on 10 in my rows right now. 10 rows of 10 in this
Yes.
flat. How many more rods do I need to add at the bottom to get to rows of 15? How many rods do I need to add at the bottom to get to rows of 15? So here I already have 10. Sorry, how many rods do I need to add to get a row of 15? Show me with your fingers. I see a lot of 5. So if I move 5 of these rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I move these 5 rods down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I now have a row of 15 right here?
Yes.
Okay. I still have 3 more rods to deal with. Is there any way I can make these 3 rods have rows of 15? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Clarissa?
Break them up into ones.
Break all of them up into ones? Let's start by breaking one of them up into ones. If I want to take this rod and break it into ones, I'm going to get rid of this guy. And how many ones will I have? 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I now have 10 ones to work with. Okay. If I take this rod right here and put it here, is it going to line up with my flat? Because do I have 10? How many ones do I need to add at the bottom to get to a row of 15 if I have 10 there? Joseph? 5. Okay, I'm going to move 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this now a row of 15?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can I use my remaining blocks up here to make another row of 15? Yeah, I can take this rod, right, and put it right here. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now down here, is it all rows of 15? I guess they're actually columns of 15, right, because they're going up and down. I'll call them columns of 15 so it's less confusing. I have columns of 15. How many columns of 15 do I have over here?
10.
10 columns of 15, okay. How many columns of 15 do I have right here? 2. If I have 10 columns of 15 over here and 2 columns of 15 over here, how many columns of 15 do I have all together? How many columns of 15 do I have all together? Daniel? 12. So therefore, we know that if I have 180 and I divide them into 8 columns of 15, my answer will be 12. Does that make sense?
No.
Very good.